everybody, welcome to today's tactical tip. Now what you just saw was a quick little scenario where you saw me take Christy to the ground and I ended up in what's called the mount position, where I ended up with one leg on either side of her. Now what you saw her do was what we call a punch block series. Now I want to share two things with you. This week, when somebody, if they ever get you to the ground and they go to mount, there's two, maybe three things that they're going to try to do to you. This week I'm going to share one of those things, and next Wednesday I'm going to share the second thing. So today, what do? I threw her to the ground. When I threw her to the ground, I ended up in this mount position, mostly just to try to smother her. So the first thing she did was she kind of just kept her arms inside and she creates a little pocket for herself, just puts her fingertips to her forehead, just in case I'm trying to smother her. Now here's the first indicator this week. One of the things that they're probably going to try to do, or they might try to do, is, like I said, there's about three things. The first is she felt my body weight start to sit up, which is an indicator that I'm sitting up to get leverage to potentially start to try to hit her or smack her. Now the second she felt me starting to sit up, she reached around and hugged my body as tight as she possibly could. Now, see, when she's doing this alone, I could still try to sit up, throw weight back, and access her head. But at the same time that she grabbed my body, pulled her head tight, she used her legs, and she pushed me forward and pulled with her arms. So I sat up, she drives me. This is forcing my body weight down. Now watch, I try to sit up again, and she pushes again. Now, during this process, when she feels like I've burnt a little bit of energy or she's got opportunity, she's got my weight forward. I'm still trying to sit up on her. But what she does is when she feels it's right, she reaches one hand to my shoulder at a time, one hand at a time. That way, if I tried to sit up, she can still pull down into me. So she gets one hand to the shoulder, then she got the other hand to the shoulder, one at a time. Now, if I'm trying to sit up, this actually works to her advantage because it creates space for her to loop her arm over top and reach in and grab as deep as she can to her own jacket. She pins her elbow to her body, and look what she did. She stepped over and hooked my foot. Now she has two legs on this side of my body trapped, my leg and my arm. Now what she does is she explodes her body weight up and she drives me over. Now, I'm gonna go back here for a second. There's a little headbutt. Slide over, roll over. Most people would think right here, go ahead and wrap the arm. She's got the arm and the leg, think there's no way I'm gonna get a heavier person over. Now watch, the difference is I'm not just lying here. I'm actually trying to get up. When she locks my arm, my instinct is to try to pull the arm away. It's in these moments when I'm moving my own weight that she pushes. That rolls my weight over. The second we got over, she put in a little headbutt, boom. Okay, I would turn the head a little bit to the side so that the face is protected. Hits boom, and right away she sits back, frames the legs open, she puts a hit into the groin for good measure, and then backs up. Okay. So the mount escape, just real quick one more time, there's a couple key elements. One, ladies, practice this. Husbands, boyfriends, don't just sit on top of your girlfriends and wives and say, oh, go ahead and try to move my body weight, I'm too heavy for you. My weight is sitting back. You're not simulating anything. All you're doing is teaching them that they can't protect themselves. I'm not saying you have to give it to them, but I'm saying help them learn the technique. If I was sitting down and I went to sit up to try to hit her, okay, that's when my body weight is not 100% on her. I'm trying to sit up to think about hitting. You're in a precarious position. It's much easier to throw them off because I have an agenda. I'm trying to hit. Okay, once she pulled like that, one arm at a time, once you got their weight down, quickly shoot one arm to the shoulder, other arm up to the shoulder, and then wiggle your body up a little bit as they're trying to sit up. Look at that. She went over top to wrap, and then steps to block my foot, and then pushes, and oh, boom, headbutt and over we come. Boom. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you, Christy. As we said, this week's tip was how to survive the mount. I said there's three things they're going to do. One was they're going to try to sit up to punch. Next week, I'm going to show you the second thing, and that's when they're sitting on top of you trying to choke you. Okay, so really practice this. Make sure guys, boyfriends, husbands, brothers, sons, whoever, help work this with them and help them learn to do it properly. Could save their lives. All right, everybody, this is about you becoming your protector, building an unbreakable mental toughness, and living with an unwavering self-confidence. Until next time, everybody, please stay safe.